Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna make really fast video about things I've learned about being homeless. Yes, it's so funny how sometimes a person could tell you something and you'd be like, you were homeless or you went through that, and you would never know it. But yeah, I want to share some things that I've learned really fast, and I don't know, maybe this could help you, maybe it could help somebody you love. With that being said, let's get started. Thank you for subscribing, for commenting, and showing so much support to this page. I love you guys. This is strictly just for you guys, and yeah, I love you. So with that being said, one of the first things that was very, like, the biggest one, I would say, don't let fear stop you. Now granted, there's so many reasons why a person will be homeless, but for me, fear will cripple me. Let me say it better. Sometimes the devil will put fear in you to cripple you and make your life even worse. So for example, family weren't able to help me at that time because my life was already a mess, and it was just, there was no space for me. But there was definitely, like, there's shelters, there's a lot of different things that is able to help you. And I used to have so much fear in my mind about shelters and all these, like, all these things I would have to go and do alone, right? And because of my fear, that was so bad, you guys, I instead faced a very toxic relationship. I slept in the street, I was starving myself, I was hungry, and it was just chaotic. I wasn't stable, right? So don't let fear cripple you, because like I said, years later, a couple years passed, and then I did the whole shelter thing, and I am stable, thanks to God, you know. That was a very big one. Don't let fear cripple you. Don't let it stop you. Face your fears, if anything, because sometimes that's just the devil, like, trying to hold you and make your life worse. Number two would definitely be to not rely on nobody, to be independent. And I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory. Like, when you are out in the world, you're gonna have to learn to survive. You're gonna have to learn how to make things better for yourself, how to make things last, how to be clean and keep things all together. And that's one of the things I love that I learned, because till this day I don't panic when I feel like things are a little bit rough, or when, you know, life be lifing. I don't panic. I just kind of like do what I need to do, or I just surrender it to God. I would say the third one would definitely be just taking care of everything that I have. I take care of every single thing that I have. I hold it very dearly, and I make sure that it lasts. And I feel like that's just one of those things you learn with being on the road, and, you know, holding on to important things. Another thing I would say I have learned would just be, like, to have goals for myself. A lot of people that are homeless, they just gave up. They don't want to do much. They just give up. And that will be like the bottom of the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes life happens and you end up homeless. And like I said, even there's people that are kicked out because of their religion or who they are, or whatever the case might be. And that's a little bit different. I know that in those situations, if you stay faithful, God will bless you. But as of for me, you guys, that was not my case at all. I was walking away from God. I was just not being wise. I wasn't doing what I needed to do. I was not in God's will. And, well, obviously bad things come with that. And all I could do is be grateful that nothing happened to me in the days that I had to sleep outside, or I was in a stranger's house, you know. And I did go through this with my boyfriend at that time, but it's still pretty scary, you guys. I feel like that really taught me how to be a woman And like how I said, not to be a crybaby about everything, just kind of like toughen up and do what I need to do, get out there, want something better for myself, definitely, because like I said, when you witness and survive in that time, for me, which what I wanted at that time was freedom. It's like it was so much better. Nice, baby. It's so much better to have freedom, but to be stable while you're having the freedom, babes. I also learned that people that are like addicted to substance, they are very kind. Like people that were like addicts, they welcomed me into their home, which is not like something that many people would do. Shoot, I got my own home, and I don't know if I would invite a stranger into my home, you know. So yeah, like they were very welcoming and very safe. Like I said, I wasn't alone, so I don't know if like that would be different, and it could be scary, like I said, because you don't know this person. But I was with my boyfriend at the time, and they made me feel safe, they made me feel welcome, and I think that's about it. Just like knowing that this is not something I wanted forever for me. Like that's what surviving taught me. Like I don't want to always be in surviving mode. You want to have stability, right? You want to kick back and know that you're home, or whatever the case might be. You don't want to just not know for that day if you're gonna have to sleep outside, or where, or what could happen. It's very reckless, you know. But yeah, you guys, I feel like those were the main things I've learned. If I remember anything else, I would definitely be reminding you, if you're facing something like this, just pray to God and He will take you out. And remember that everything happened in the spiritual realm first before it happens in the physical. So stay strong in your faith and it will happen for you. If you live in New York City, there's a lot of programs that could help you. And I'm pretty sure there's other programs all around the world that are able to help you. But yeah, like I said, this was late teens, early 20s for me. So I was very dumb. I was very naive. Like I said, I wasn't walking in Christ. I was very relying on other people. Like I was a little crybaby about everything. And I'm kind of glad I went through that in a way, because I am a whole different person because of it. So yeah, definitely just setting goals like for myself and what I actually wanted life to look like for me. Like I said, sometimes we make rash decisions based on what you want to feel at the time. But as the days goes by and you see like life be lifing, especially if you don't even have a shelter or food on the table, or when you're tired, you're not even able to lay down, you're gonna kind of want to pick up on those goals and achieve the things you want to do, get back in tune with Christ, and just, you know, prosper, live more comfortably for sure. That's just not the case for you, and you're actually going through a hard time based on your religion or other stuff like that. Keep your faith strong, because like I said, God will never let you go through something and not bless you. So God bless you guys. Stay strong always. If there's any like prayer you guys would want for me to do, or any questions on even the programs or whatever the case might be, please comment down below and I would love to answer you. You know, I also want to touch up on losing yourself in this time when you don't even recognize yourself, because like I said, I was a baby, really. Like I was in my late teens, early 20s, like I said, and my whole life I've always relied on grown-ups or like other people to have for everything I had. So I completely lost myself because I did not recognize who I was. Like I said, only do you lose yourself because of everything you're going through, but you're like comparing who you used to be, and that takes a very big toll on your head. Like, wow, I can't buy new clothes, I'm getting skinnier. All of these things affect your well-being. And then, like I said, I was in a relationship, so that made it like extra toxic because we were like surviving, and that's just, we shouldn't have been in a relationship, babes, you know. But yeah, that's about it. Eventually you kind of like grow up and mature, and you realize you want more for yourself, right? Like, you basically are at the bottom of the bottom, and you're like, well, I'm already facing the bottom, all I could do is go up. And that's exactly what I've been doing, what I have been doing, and you know, just clinging to Christ, who is Lord and who was able to prosper all of us. So with that being said, you guys, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I'll see you soon.